Hi friends, in this module we will be talking about glaucoma. Okay, what is glaucoma? Here, glaucoma means optic neuropathy, meaning the optic nerve is getting damaged. Why? Because the person's intraocular pressure is increasing. നമ്മുടെ കണ്ണിനകത്തുള്ള pressure is called as intraocular pressure. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ പ്രഷർ ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത്? ബിക്കോസ് ഓഫ് ദി അക്വസ് ഹ്യൂമർ ഇൻ ദി ഐ വി ഹാവ് എ പ്രഷർ ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് നോർമൽ പ്രഷർ എത്രയാണ് കണ്ണിനകത്തുള്ള 10 to 21 millimeters of mercury. That is because of aqueous humor in the eye. Now, if the aqueous humor is not drained out of the eye properly, the intraocular pressure can rise, and if this happens, optic nerve damage സംഭവിക്കാം. Optic nerve damage എന്ത് പറ്റും? ശരിക്കും കാണാൻ പറ്റുമോ? ഇല്ല. So there could be visual field defects, and this is called as glaucoma. അപ്പോൾ അവരിവിടുന്ന് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിക്കുന്നത് ഇമേജ് ബേസ്ഡ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആയിട്ട് വരാം. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് what are the features you see in optic disc? See, first thing, glaucomale, there is these three boxes you see here. Okay, that is important. First thing, there is enlargement of the optic cup. And I enlarge here, but I'm presenting it in PowerPoint. See guys, look here. Okay, this is the optic disc. Okay, and can you see, I cannot enlarge it, just a moment. ഈ optic disc ന്റെ അകത്ത് there is a smaller circle, and that area, that depression in the optic disc, അതിനെയാണ് ഞാൻ എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? cup എന്ന് വിളിക്കുന്നത്. What is it? I call it as a cup. What is it? It is a depression. Okay, it is an area in the optic disc where there are fewer nerve cells. Okay, that is called as a cup. Now, normally, the first picture that you see is, it's a normal optic disc. See, ഇവിടെ cup to disc ratio. One second guys. Okay, let me just see the smaller circle, that is the cup. Okay, and അതിന് ചുറ്റിനുമുള്ള this area, okay, ചുറ്റിനുള്ള ഏരിയ, അതിനെയാണ് ഞാൻ എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? ന്യൂറോ റെറ്റിനൽ റിം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. Now, in a glaucoma, there is enlargement of the optic cup. അകത്തെ inner circle ഇല്ലേ, that depression area, this inner circle here. Okay, so there is enlargement of that optic cup. First point. Okay, but normal optic disc there is a ratio. ആ കപ്പും the entire disc ratio എത്രയാണ്? Normally 0.5:1. But a glaucomale, you know what happens? That cup inside that inner circle, that enlarges, so the cup to disc ratio becomes more than or equal to 0.6. ഇത് PYQ ആണ്. Normal cup to disc ratio എത്രയാണ്? 0.5, 0.3 to 0.5 ഒരു range ആണ്. 0.5:1. You remember like that. Glaucoma ഉള്ളപ്പോൾ what happens? The cup enlarges. Look at this picture. This is little more clear. Agathir is smaller circle, you can see, I hope. Okay, and outside that another circle is there. So that smaller circle njan cup ennu vilikkunnathu, and the outer circle, that is called as a neuroretinal rim. Now, glaucomale, as you can see, the cup has enlarged. So cup to disc ratio is more than 0.6 in glaucoma. Now, so the first point is enlargement of the optic cup. Second point, there is nasal shifting of the blood vessels. Look here. Second picture enna nokku. See, from here you can see, okay, ee optic disc in from all the directions, all over the optic cup, the blood vessels are arising. Alle? But glaucoma ulla samayathu, you know, these blood vessels, they get shifted towards the nasal side of the retina. So that is what I call, again, why it happens? Because there is increase in the cup. I mean, there is the cup increases in size, right? So adondu thane there is nasal shifting of the blood vessels. That is the second point. Now, third point is a laminar dot sign. What is laminar dot sign? See, what is lamina cribrosa? It is a sieve-like structure through which the optic nerve leaves the eye. Okay. So, as the cup enlarges, this lamina cribrosa, that becomes visible. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സ്മോൾ പോർ സ്ട്രക്ചർ ആയിട്ട് കാണാൻ പറ്റും. ആസ് ദി കപ്പ് enlarges, you can see pores or small dots here. That is nothing but lamina cribrosa. So usually നമുക്കത് കാണാൻ പറ്റില്ല, but here as the cup increases, it becomes thin. You can see the lamina cribrosa, you can see the pores or dot like structures. അതിനെയാണ് ഞാൻ laminar dot sign എന്ന് പറയാ. It indicates advanced glaucoma. Okay, so these are the changes you see in glaucoma. ഒന്നാമത്തെ കാര്യം, cup to disc ratio കൂടുന്നുണ്ട്, more than 0.6 ആവുന്നുണ്ട്. Then there is enlargement of the optic cup. Second, there is nasal shifting of the vessels. Third, laminar dot sign. Now we'll do one question. I hope you understood the optic disc changes in glaucoma. What is glaucoma? Increase in intraocular pressure. That leads to not just increase in intraocular pressure. See, it should lead to optic nerve. Obviously, it will lead to optic nerve damage and visual field defects. That is glaucoma. It is, see, അങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന vision loss, that is irreversible vision damage glaucoma causes. Alright, now let's do this question. Which of the following is not a typical glaucomatous disc change? നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ പഠിച്ചേ ഉള്ളൂ. In glaucoma, you see laminar dot sign, yes. Increased cup to disc ratio, yes. Nasal displacement of the vessels, yes. But is there hyperemia of the disc? Increased blood supply to the disc ഉണ്ടാകുന്നുണ്ടോ? ഇല്ല. So, which is not a typical feature in glaucoma? Answer is D. There is no hyperemia of the disc. Okay, next question. Laminar dot sign, it is seen in, very good. We just learned it. See how simple it is. Very simple, right? Laminar dot sign, it is seen in glaucoma. So that is it, guys. Oh, you guys didn't see the question, huh? Okay, so I'll see you all in the next class. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.